Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin, and today I am very excited and very grateful. So it was about a week since I released the video on doing the spark and compression testing on my case here, where I asked for some advice, and I got some great comments, some great advice, and today I can't wait to implement some of that advice. So what we're going to do today, I got the battery on the charger. I've been charging it up on and off for the last week, and worst case scenario, we'll throw the battery on, we'll throw the charger in to get this thing to crank faster. I'm also thinking about putting a magnetic block heater on the oil pan, heat the oil up, see if we can't get that a little looser and spinning a little more freely. But first we're going to start by tackling our spark issue, and we're going to make up some new spark plug wires. And we are going to probably open up the Magneto and see if we can find the points and see if we can get those cleaned up. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is pull the two covers off the Magneto, get a look inside here. I know I did have this off at one point and I cleaned the contacts on the cover and the rotor, but I don't think I ever did anything with the points. So I think that's where I'm going to start. So we got the Magneto opened up now, and the surface right here actually still looks pretty clean where it makes contact and actually sparks. So I'm happy with that. Our points are right here, and those do look a little bit corroded. So I'm going to go ahead and just take some fine sandpaper. I got some 220 grit ultra fine. This is the finest I have on hand. I would like to do something a little finer, but I'm going to use what I got. So hopefully you can just stick that right in there. So I'm having a hard time getting the sandpaper in there to clean out like I'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the engine over just a little bit and see if I can get those points to open up just a little bit. Make them a lot easier to clean out. So I'm pretty happy with how those points cleaned up. I was able to get the sandpaper in there, work it back and forth. I think I got it good. We'll see. But before I go any further on anything, I'm going to put the top cap back on, and I think I'm going to hook the battery up, and we're going to spin this over a little bit and just see how those points act and see if we can see a little spark in there or something. Hopefully this thing is actually working and good. All right, let's give it a crank and see what it does. So I got the lights turned off. Let's see if we can see a little bit of a spark. So I don't know if the camera picks that up or not, but there is definitely spark when those points open. I can see it as I'm turning it over. So I'm hoping the Magneto is all good to go. So I'm going to put the cap back on, and all my plug wires are kind of fitting loose in the Magneto cap and on the spark plugs. So I think my next step, I'm going to make all new wires for this. I've also kind of noticed that the firing order might be wrong on my cap here. I'll have to look a little bit deeper in the book to see, but according to this, the firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2, and my plug wires in the cap are 1, 2, 4, 3. So I'm thinking that plugs 3 and 2 got mixed up here, and maybe that's causing an issue with this thing not wanting to run. But we're going to start by making new wires. So I have to admit right off the bat here, I have never made spark plug wires before. This will be my first time, and of course I'm doing it on camera and putting it on the internet. But we're going to give it a shot. Hopefully I don't mess this up too bad. I did watch a video on how to make spark plug wires, but the ends were a little bit different than what I got here. And even the end that's on the actual old wire is different than the ones that I got on for the new wires. This one's got a little pin that looks like it pushes into the wire to make contact with the copper inside. This one's got a little hole in the top. I'm thinking that hole is for the wire itself to poke through and maybe fold over. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to strip the end of my new cables. I'm going to fold the wire over, and then I'm going to stick this over that. And then I'll get really good contact on this brass, hopefully, and then that will transition over to my cap. Let me know in the comments, which way am I supposed to do it? Am I supposed to stick the wire through, fold it over, not do anything? I don't know. We're going to do it this way. Let me know what you guys think. Does not feel like it wants to grip in there though. All right. I don't like the way that's sitting in there. I'm going to stick the wire through the hole, I think. And then I'm going to fold that over. There we go. Now we got a nice tight grip. I like that a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with the rest of these, and we'll go ahead and put it on the tractor. I got all my wires made up. I did forget to put the boot on plug number 1, so I went ahead and redid that, put the boot on, got them all on the Magneto cover. So let's screw this thing back on, hook up cylinder number 1, and see if we get spark. All right, so we got our Magneto hooked up. I got cylinder number 1 with the spark tester on it. I have the other 3 plugs out to let this thing spin over as fast as I can and not fight compression on the other cylinders. In the last video, I did forget, and I had a viewer mention, there's a little ground strap on the bottom of the Magneto here that I had temporarily wired a switch into so I could ground this thing out if this thing started. I forgot to check what position the switch was in, so I may have been grounding out this Magneto the whole time, but I have it disconnected, so there's no ground hooked up to it at all. So hopefully we see some good spark here. All right, let's see what we got on number 1. Did you guys see that? Oh, we got spark. This thing lit. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's go ahead and check the other 3. So I kind of checked to see if my firing order was off. I know that the other 3 cylinders are open, so when I have compression, if this thing sparks when I have compression on this cylinder, I know that this is the correct wire for it. So let's go ahead, turn this over, and see if we got spark and compression at the same time. Yes, we do. It was hard to see, but there's spark in there and compression at the same time. All right, I think we're onto something here. Yes, spark on compression. All right, number 4. Yes, spark on compression. All right. Oh, you guys, I'm getting so excited. We have spark on all 4 cylinders during the compression stroke. I don't know how the timing is on that compression stroke, but that was huge. I feel so good. I think the next step is I'm gonna hook my bypass switch back up, and we're gonna see if we can't drain out the fuel tank, because that fuel is a couple years old already now. Put some fresh fuel in it, crank it over, and let's see what we got. So before I get too far putting fuel in this thing and trying to start it, I'm gonna just test my kill switch to see if my theory here even is working. I should be able to test my shutoff strip to ground. With the switch closed, it should make a beep like that. When it's open, it would allow spark to happen. It should make no beep. So right now, I got a closed switch, so I should, in theory, have no spark. Flip that switch. Now it's open, and I should have spark. So it looks like my kill switch should work. So I think the time has come to try to start this thing again. I don't have high hopes, but we got spark now. We got fuel to the carburetor. Let's hope. So I have cranked this thing over for a little bit to build oil pressure, and the transmission's in neutral. Let's turn on the fuel. Fuel is on. And it's running all over the place. All right, I don't think the needle and seat are seating all the way correctly, but let's go ahead, give it a crank and see what happens. Oh, did you hear that? Woo! Ooh, that's the closest we've come so far. All right, let's give it another shot. So close. Oh! She wants to go. Oh. Oh, it's right there. All right, we're gonna let this take a little break. All right, let's try this again. No way! Did you hear that? It's right there. So close. Ooh, we're getting there. Yes! Yes! It ran. Let's try again. Ugh. Oh, that is awesome! Still need to do some tinkering, but it is running! All right, we're gonna try one more time, see if we can get it started. I'm losing my battery, so I'm gonna have to throw that on the charge and charge it up before we can work on hopefully tuning the carburetor a little bit and see if we can't get this to stay running. Man, am I excited though. Let's try it again. Oh man, does this feel good. I gave it a little bit of throttle and she stayed running. Sounds a little rough. I'm not sure if I got a miss or if it's just fuel mixture. My feeling is it's fuel mixture. But I ended up just shutting the fuel off at the sediment bowl, letting the carburetor run dry because I'm gonna have to charge up this battery and I don't want the gas sitting in the carburetor gumming it up. So I think that's gonna have to do it for today. I am so excited. Hopefully you guys found this interesting and entertaining. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who gave me suggestions. It's been 3 years and it's running. Thank you again. I will see you in the next one. Bye.